Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh Lustig, and on this channel we talk about everything from an entrepreneur's mindset, their skills of persuasion and influence, all the way to the most important, which is your marketing to grow your business to the next level. I'm a co-owner of Insurance Advertising Masters, where we help insurance agents go to the next level in their business utilizing their sales and marketing. Today's video is near and dear to my heart. The topic is all about books that change your life. And I'm going to list off the 9 books that I've read that have absolutely changed my life for the better. And it started when I was a junior in high school, reading personal development books, business books, sales books, to bring my skills and knowledge to the next level in my life and in my business. So stay tuned. All right, the first book on the list is the classic, which is by Dale Carnegie back in 1936, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And if you haven't put this on your shelf yet and actually read it, you need to do that right now. It's an old one, but it's also amazing. It's a classic for a reason. The premise of the book is just teaching you how to play well and play nice with others, and how to use your words and your body language and just your overall being to communicate with another individual in a way that makes them receive your message and want to, number one, like you, number two, want to do what you're saying. And it's not in some manipulation type way. It's in the way of just being a good human and understanding how to work with human behavior and human psychology instead of going against it all day. And so read the book and implement it. One of my favorite lessons from this book is talking about how you should never criticize, condemn, or complain. And my favorite is complaining. In our office, in all of our businesses, you are not allowed to complain. It's rule number 1. Why? Because complaining, number 1, doesn't do anything for you, and number 2, it's just annoying. Let's be real, you don't get any progress. So How to Win Friends and Influence People has the roadmap, the framework of exactly how to win with others. All right, number 2 is a book by Brian Tracy called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. And this book, I love the format of it because it's very direct. It's to the point, and it's going to tell you exactly how these psychology principles work in your own life. One of the biggest themes in the book is all about the abundance mindset versus scarcity. And I just see this so much in the entrepreneur world in general, but also specifically in the insurance business, where we think there's just only so much. There's only so much business. There's only so much time. There's only so much money, so many resources, so many relationships that you can have, and that's just absolutely not true. Most of the time, the vast majority of the time, when you have a roadblock or a challenge in front of you in your life or your business, and you're thinking about, let's say, expanding your business, and a big problem comes up, 9 times out of 10, that's not actually a real problem. It's just made up in our brains because we've never ourselves seen past that limit. From our childhood, from the way we were raised, all those things absolutely determine what you believe your ceiling looks like, and some people don't actually think they have one. They're the ones that exceed all expectations. And so Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life by Brian Tracy is a wonderful book for that reason. All right, number 3 is The One Thing. The One Thing. I find most often in life, my own life and looking at other entrepreneurs, the number 1 thing that holds people back is their focus. They get real jumbled and they get this shiny object syndrome, and we're always trying to chase this and chase that. And even when something starts to work really well, I challenge you, especially when things start to go well, don't get bored. Don't get bored and look for a shiny object to distract you. Oftentimes, the most money is made in the monotony of doing something that works and just doing it a million times in a row. And I know that's not the most sexy thing in the world or the most exciting thing to talk about, but at the end of the day, that's true. Finding joy and a love for the monotony of everyday life, that when you're actually getting results, that's really key so you don't get distracted and have that shiny object syndrome. The One Thing is a book where the premise of the whole book is what's the one most important thing that if you did that thing or did that project or action, that everything else in your life would become either easier or really insignificant because you conquered this one big thing. So think about that when you're going through your to-do list. Number 4 is the book Never Eat Alone by Keith Ferrazzi. Not sure if I said his name right, but Never Eat Alone is all about networking and how to use your relationships in your life to further their life and also to further your life. And I love this because it's not some tacky networking, strategy where it's like, hey, go give your business cards out to 1 million people at some networking event. It has nothing to do with that. He actually talks a lot in the book about how important it is to build your network before you actually even need it. And I've been fortunate enough in my life to have figured that out. I read this book in high school. I used it in college. I used the strategy or the overall philosophy, I should say, in my own life where it's just like, hey, how can I create true relationships before I ever need something from them? And it's just a matter of not even give and take, but just give. Give. And someday when there's something they can do to help you, what goes around comes around. And they will reciprocate. And it's not like you're keeping track. I've read other networking books I just absolutely hate, you guys. It's this tacky, like, I did them a favor, so I only have so much social capital, right? That I don't want to waste it all on one favor. That's totally ridiculous. You cannot ask too much of your network if they're true friends. Just make true friends. Do stuff for them that helps further their mission with no expectation of anything in return. I know you'll love the book. Go pick it up and read it. Keith Ferrazzi does a great job inside that. Number 5 is The Power of Self-Confidence, again by my guy Brian Tracy. What a legend. A lot of books on the list are by him. And The Power of Self-Confidence is, I guess it kind of gave it away in the title, but it's all about why do people accomplish so much or so little in life? Why do some people get all the deals and some people can barely eat because they just don't do well in sales? Why do some people, early in life get all the girls or all the guys and the other people don't? It's like all the same. It's like this psychology of like, why do people get what they want and other people don't? And he boils it down to, in this book, all about your self-confidence. It's, do you believe that you can get what you want out of life? He talks about the act as if principle, which is like act as if you already possess that skill or if you already have that thing or that accomplishment in your life. You build a roadmap on how to get there. And imagine if you already owned it. Imagine if you were already a world-class public speaker, right? A lot of people are scared of public speaking. If that's something you want to do, then don't say, I want to become a great public speaker. Convince your brain, literally brainwash yourself in a good way. Brainwash yourself to believe that you already possess that skill. Why? Because then your brain starts to say, every time there's a public speaking opportunity, what do? You take it, right? You don't say, no, I could never do that. No, you jump up there and you take the opportunity. Why? Because you're a world-class public speaker. That only builds your confidence and builds your skill set. And over time, what happens is you actually do gain that skill or that accomplishment in your life. All right, number 6 is The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. I highly recommend getting the audiobook version of this. The Greatest Salesman in the World starts out with this guy who is the greatest salesman in the world, right? And this younger guy that wants to be. And I'm paraphrasing the book here, but long story short, the older gentleman that is the greatest salesman gives the young man a chest full of scrolls, a box full of scrolls, and he says on these scrolls are inscribed basically like the 10 lessons that will bring you all the riches and all the happiness and all the fulfillment that you ever could want out of life. And he gets the young man to commit to following the rules of how the game is played. And he says, yes, I'll commit to this, greatest salesman. I'll commit to your ways as long as you promise the end result. And I think it's every week or every month, the young man opens up a new scroll. And he says, do not go to the next scroll, only focus on the one for this time period. And as soon as that month is over, a week is over, go to the next scroll. And it's a very, very engaging way to learn some really big lessons in life that sometimes we forget is the root of success. I highly recommend the audiobook. Go get it right now. All right, the seventh one is Goals by who? By Brian Tracy. Goals by Brian Tracy is all about exactly how to get what you want out of life. It's a roadmap. It's a step-by-step process. Actually, my entire teaching and consulting philosophy is built off of Brian's step-by-step type methodology. Meaning everything we do, if you're a client of mine, I'm gonna say step 1 is this, step 2 is this, step 3 is this. Do them in this order, in this time frame, and follow that and you'll get success. Brian outlines how to get exactly what you want out of life and break it down from 5 years, 3 years, 1 year, all the way down to day by day, what you need to be doing to achieve your goals. Number 8 is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Probably the big daddy of all of them, right? The classic of all of them, Think and Grow Rich. And one principle out of this book is create a burning desire for what you want in life. A burning desire for what you want, and then go get it. Go get it. He had a step-by-step process on how to build that desire. And you need to be very, very, very careful with what you decide that you want, because I've found that you'll get it. And if I'm going to be vulnerable here for a second, I have had things in my life that I said that I wanted, and I did not take enough time to really decide, or discern, I guess is a better way to say that, to discern, is this something I really want or not? Is it going to bring me the fulfillment and happiness that I want or not? And the principles out of this book are so powerful that I truly believe you will get what you want if you do what it says. And it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, it might not even be in your given time frame, but it will become true. The brain is a very powerful thing, and this book teaches you how to harness that and use it in your life to get what you want. I'm going to warn you, be very cautious. What you wish for, you're going to get. So be careful what you wish for. And take a lot of time discerning what is it in life that you really do want. So often we are so confused, or don't even think about, what do I want in life? We just decide to go for something one day, I don't know why. At the end of your life, you don't want to wake up and realize you never decided to make it what you want. You just floated through. Decide what you want, be careful what that is, and then go after it with everything you've got. Number 9, the Zig Ziglar podcast. Now, I know that is cheating because that's not a book, but let me hear me out for a second here. I believe in positivity over negativity. I believe it's not, seeing the glass half full or empty. I don't believe in all that. What I'm saying is, in every situation, it's better to have a positive attitude than a negative one. I am the first to say that I'm not always perfect. I sometimes am negative. I get it. Every day, though, I'm striving to be extremely positive. The times of my life that I am in total immersion into positivity and all these things really has helped me the most. When I start to slip up and get negative, I can feel it in my life. And the number one thing for me to do is to go back to the Zig Ziglar podcast. Yes, he's an old-time speaker. I think he was probably the most popular maybe 80s and 90s, and he's no longer with us, unfortunately. But his son, Tom Ziglar, translated a bunch of his stuff from seminars and recordings that way into podcast format. And they're short, positive lessons that you can listen to every day in the car that are going to just make you a better person. Remember, what's the best way to learn a different language? Spanish or French or German. What's the best way to learn German? Go to Germany. Go somewhere where they don't even speak English as their primary language and immerse yourself in the culture, because then you don't have anything else. You just have to do it. Kind of do or die. And so for me, it's kind of like immersion into positivity culture. You just really don't have room for negativity if you're constantly filling your brain with positive things and good things about life and how to be a better human, a better dad, a better mom, a better husband or wife, or whatever it is in your life. These are my 9 books that have absolutely changed my life, and I hope that you choose just one. Just choose one. Go get it, read it, or listen to an audiobook format, and tell me how you like it. Put the action items into place and take action to change your life. Hey guys, if you liked this video and you want more from me, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the like. I would absolutely love you forever if you would do that. It helps me give better content to you as time goes on. I wish you a fantastic day, and God bless.